All right, I'm going to show you how to do a dilution series. So for our dilution series, this tube is representing the sample that we're seeking to dilute. And then these are the tubes that contain the diluent. In a typical lab procedure, these would be water or something like that. For the purposes of our study, they contain the blue solution that we're working with, the non-toxic blue solution. Each tube is labeled from 10 to the 1 through to 10 to the 2, 10 to the 3, and so on, and each will represent a 10-fold dilution of the original sample. There are 4.5 mils in each tube, and we're going to take a 0.5 ml out of the original sample and put it in here, achieving a 1 in 10 dilution. Then we're going to mix this and take a 0.5 ml out of that and put it in here, and so on. We're going to use a 0.5 ml transfers, which is 500 microliters. I'm going to, and it's already set, this is a micropipetter. I'm going to load a tip onto the micropipetter by firmly seating the tip on. You hold the micropipetter like this. And an important thing in all of this is adequate mixing. To ensure adequate mixing, we are going to use a tool called a vortexer. I'm going to hold the tube, this glass tube, 1/3 of the way down like this, pinching it between my thumb and one of my fingers. I like to use my middle finger for this. I'm not going to do anything on top of the tube. I'm just going to hold it firmly from the side. And for all mixing stages, we want to press down and count to 5 seconds like this. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. And that is a fully mixed sample. I'm then going to take off the lid, set it down, press the pipetter to the first stop, right where it starts pushing back at me, put the pipetter in so the tip is below the liquid, slowly draw up. I'm done with that sample, so I set it back and I place its cap on, and this is going to go into the first tube. I'll take the top off, set it down, eject that liquid by pushing all the way to the bottom, holding it there as I pull the pipetter out, releasing and ejecting the tip. I then put the lid on the first dilution tube, and I'm going to mix it by doing the 5-second method I just showed you, holding the tube 1/3 of the way down. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. That is mixed. I'll load another tip onto the pipetter, remove this lid, remove 500 microliters, set that tube down. It is done. So I usually set it at a different place in the rack so I don't get confused. Grab my next tube, remove the lid, eject the liquid, get rid of the tip, put the lid back on, mix for 5 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Take my pipetter, load a tip, take the cap off, go to the first stop, draw up my 500 microliter or 0.5 ml volume. I'm done with this. I set it down in a spot that tells me that I'm done with it, and go to the next dilution tube. Eject, get rid of the tip, cap, vortex, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. And I would keep doing that until all of these tubes contained the diluted solution, repeating, until each tube had received the 1 in 10 dilution. And that is how you go about a dilution series with tubes like this.